Welcome to 3D from Nothing, powered by Metalmite, the show where you will learn all about 3D printing and additive technology. I'm your host, Tom Gendich. Metalmite is a full-service machine shop that specializes in 5 and 6-axis CNC machining, CNC grinding, wire EDM, and 3D printing. With over a 50-year history, our corporation was started by my father, Michael Gendich III. I took over as CEO in 2009, and I'm continuing the manufacturing legacy today as a third-generation owner. In these programs, you'll learn what kinds of printers are out there, what kinds of materials you can print on, who are using these printers, what kinds of things you should be looking to print, as well as hearing from experts in the field through interviews that we will be conducting. And as always, you can go to the website, 3dfromnothing.com, and get some free giveaways, learn more about what we're doing, and where our name comes from, which was my father, who said at some point, we'll make parts out of nothing. And today we're doing just that with 3D printing and additive technology. Today we have a great show planned. We're going to discuss video games for 3D print enthusiasts, a way to 3D print COVID test kits at home for less than $30. What Harvard's been able to patent this year already using 3D printers, and how we love inventors here at Metalmite and how we can help them out. So let's get right into it. For those of you following along on our website, we have all of the links and show notes to each of the articles we'll be talking about. So for more information, you can definitely go to the 3dfromnothing.com and look for show notes. This very first one, there is a video game from Speed 3D, who we had on the show a couple episodes ago. Paul Holowati is the head salesman there in the US. And they have the cold fusion printer that travels at Mach 3 that could make castings in as little as 6 minutes. Well, they've announced that they've got this video game, and it's quite interesting. It's called a Speed 3D Craft. So similar to Minecraft, kind of has a little Minecraft vibe if you're following along on the screen there. You are able to travel onto a boat, and you can see how they intend for their printers to support military and in-field operatives, where they can print these parts in minutes in the field and put them right on the vehicle that's waiting for them. You'll see they're making a wrench, they're making a hub, they're making a part for a vehicle. The video game is really more of a training tool. Let's see what they say in the article here. The cold spray 3D manufacturer Speed 3D has announced the launch of Speed 3D Craft, a free to download metal 3D printing simulator. Set to launch later this month, a game-like simulation software designed to provide an inside look into the real-life metal additive manufacturing workflow, but in a virtual environment, aimed at industry professionals and 3D printing enthusiasts alike. The Speed 3D Craft can be used as a source for virtual experience, enabling individuals to experiment with Speed 3D's 3D printers in an accessible manner. Steve Camilleri, the CTO and co-founder, explains it looks like a game. It has level-like environments. It has a time challenge, but at the same time, it's not really a game. It's more of a simulator that shows what metal 3D printing could actually involve. We're hoping the simulator will provide people with helpful insights into Speed 3D's process, how they can use it to benefit themselves and their own industry. So I think it's a great idea. Looking at the website and what he's got to offer, I think there's a lot of things there that could really come in handy, and you should definitely check them out. You can go to the spee3d.com website, and you can see their new game there. Next on the agenda, we have the COVID test kit that you can make at home for under $30. Again, find the link on our website here. This is right from 3dprintingindustry.com. It says researchers based at the Dutch Wageningen University developed a COVID-19 home test kit that can be 3D printed and constructed for less than $30. Nicknamed the Coronapresso, the team's device comprises coffee capsules that have been turned into mini chemical reactors, in which the heated enzyme-loaded saliva vials change color to indicate the presence of COVID-19. By heating samples using phase-changing materials, or PCMs, Like cheap commercial wax, the scientists say the reusable kits could be ideal for boosting the testing and developing in developing countries. We designed the 3D printed plastic holder that fits 4 Epidorf vials in order to perform these tests. We get the results in just 30 minutes, said lead researcher Vittorio Sagam. The wax is like a paraffin. It's really cheap. The whole device costs less than $30. Moreover, the same capsule could be used many times without generating any unwanted waste. I think that's amazing. I know COVID, I think everybody's kind of tired about hearing about it, but at the same time, we'd like to see a solution soon. So it's great to think that you could test at home. I know we've dreaded the idea of having one of these Q-tips stuck way up our nose in order to get tested. And several of my family have had to get tested already. I have not, but nonetheless, you know, the COVID is still around, as most of you know, and we need to find some answers. So testing for it should be cheaper and easier to get a hold of. Also on the line here, we have the inventions and patents in 3D printing. On the link here, right out of harvard.edu, we have an opportunity to see what Harvard has patented this year already using 3D printing as a medium. I had the opportunity a couple of years ago to walk both campuses at Harvard and MIT, as they're only a few blocks away from one another in Boston. One of the students was giving us a tour, and they said they were majoring in creative writing. I was shocked that at a Brainiac University, they had a major of creative writing. So I asked, what kind of job would you be looking for with a degree in creative writing from an Ivy League university? They politely explained that they would just take really big words and scientific data and put it into a form that, quote, people like me could understand. I was actually not offended at all, but I perfectly understood what they meant. So in that frame of mind, we're looking at the Harvard website here, and I just picked out several items that I could understand, but there's a dozen or more patents that they've gone for this year using 3D printing. Now, I have understood, I talked to a patent attorney, and they said that there's this whole new field of being able to have new patents based on how you create the item. So if you're creating it using 3D printing, that opens up a whole new door for patents, because previously 3D printing wasn't available. So you would make things subtractively or by hand or by machining. So now you have a whole new field to patent these things. Well, Harvard, first item they have is an aerodynamic device that enhances lift and reduces drag. They're able to print components that can do these two things that they weren't previously able to create. They also found methods of treating diabetes by a diptocyte protein 2 specific antibody. Again, they're still kind of big words for me, but you can read the article there. I think that's great, treating diabetes. My grandfather was a diabetic, and I know that it's a major issue, and we're always looking for ways to test and treat and make it better for people. Number 3, there was compositions and methods for diagnosing prostate cancer using a gene expression signature. So again, great medical advances here, finding ways to diagnose prostate cancer, which possibly less invasive and more effective than other ways. So again, Harvard, continue to do the great work and keep our world safe. And I hope these patents pay off for you. Moving on to another section here, we want to talk specifically about Metalmite and how we love inventors. We get phone calls, I would say half a dozen, maybe a dozen times a year, where somebody has come up with an invention. I've heard about fishing poles, I've heard about knobs for the car, for their stove at home. I've recently had somebody call, they wanted to fix something on their edger, their yard edger, and they could not find any parts at Home Depot or Menards. And we love the opportunity to try to help them out. Previously, it was a little bit more difficult on the commercial side to figure out how to charge and how to write it up, because Metalmite does more business to business or B2B type work for large manufacturers and OEM or original equipment manufacturers. But now, thanks to a program called Paperless Parts, if you go to the website, 3dfromnothing.com, In the top right corner, you'll see get a quick quote. You simply click that. You upload your file, tell us your idea, tell us how many you'd like. I think it asks for your name and email address. And within minutes, for sure, we guarantee a 48-hour response, but many times it can be just minutes. You can have a price back, and you can find out, for that footstool that you're thinking about, or that knob on your stove. It could, it cost you as little as $25 or $50. And when you get that quote back, it's just like eBay or Amazon. You click on it, you input your payment data, your address where you want it shipped. Typically, things can be printed in as little as a few days and sent by a UPS, and you are all set. You have your product. So we'd be glad to help you make your dream into a reality. We've done this for many people all over the globe. We printed many items. We're just north of Detroit physically, and that doesn't seem to matter to the 3D print world. We've printed many things for people in Florida. We printed many things for people in Honolulu, Hawaii. Not sure if we've printed things for Europe or Asia. I know we've made parts, 5 and 6 axis prototype parts, and shipped them overseas, but I'm not sure about the 3D printed parts. But we would be glad to have the opportunity. So if you're hearing about us now, if you know of anybody that wants to have an item made, check out that website, try that link, get a quick quote, and let's see if we can help you. Also, to let you know, coming very soon is a free ebook all about printing. We're going to be offering it out there on the website. You just click the box that says get your free ebook, and I believe again it asks you for your email address, and the link will be sent back to you. Very, very helpful guide. Talks all about what kind of printers, what kind of materials, the do's and don'ts. Might have some references to some of the podcasts you've seen already, with some of the best-selling books on Amazon about 3D printing and some of the others. I hope you found this information helpful today. We wanted to get it into your hands and share with you the excitement. We just recently got all of our 7 printers at Metalmite finalized, up and running. We got 3 new Metal X printers by Mark Forged. So we're now printing 17-4 stainless steel. We're printing Inconel, A2 and D2 tool steel, and copper. Those are our steel printers. And then we are continuing, as we have for the last several years, to print nylon, carbon fiber, Kevlar, and other items out of the plastic type material. So check us out online or give us a call, and we will be glad to help you. Thanks again for tuning in.